Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rinseless Wash and Talk. You may notice the car is dry and that I am doing a rinseless wash, and a bunch of people pointed that out last time. How you shouldn't do that, and I agree. But I just rinseless washed this twice. Trying to film this, but this stupid mic was not working. So it is absolutely clean. I'm just going through the motions for the sense of doing the spiel, which again, today is about haters and fanboys and all the lovely nuances of that subject. Now, haters is a topic that's been coming up quite a bit lately. People negging on channels and that kind of malarkey. In my opinion, not really my opinion, but what I know from talking with people is that haters and fanboys are actually the same person, in a sense. It's just a different perspective. So, if somebody, basically haters are a part of, it's a phenomenon called in-group bias. Basically, in-group biasing creates it, because basically what that is if you're in this group, you're overly positive towards members and the cause or the theme of the group, which then makes you overly negative towards things outside of that group. Now, currently that seems to be, people are doing that with, channels and brands and things like that. Now, the inverse is that if you are overly positive to something in a group, you will be overly negative to things outside of the group. Hence, in-group bias. So that's sort of what haters and fanboys are. It's just groups hating on other groups. Perfect example would be sports. I was at the Canucks game last night. Got random invite from a buddy who had an extra ticket, and I went. And the person sitting next to me screamed every time the refs called a penalty on the Canucks, regardless of whether or not they deserved it, which for everyone that was called, they deserved them. And he screamed out, replay. I think he said something about finding the ref's home address, pretty dumb things to scream out. Especially when everyone there can clearly tell the guy tripped him. So that's a perfect example of both being a fanboy and a hater. A fanboy of the team and a hater of the ref. Now, my personal opinion on all this kind of stuff going on, because it's going on, is they're both bad. Take a little sportsman example. The calls he was protesting, there's nothing to protest, so he looked dumb. If the organization were a channel, in this case, about what we're talking about, if somebody in this channel saw, if I saw somebody defending me when I made a mistake in that kind of a manner, I would not support that. I would not want someone to, overly support something that's clearly wrong. And that's, I think, what people aren't willing to talk about, is they always want to talk about the hater side, which is pretty obvious why you don't want a hater. But the fanboy is like, nobody's perfect. You shouldn't, excuse me as I move the camera. You're not infallible. Nobody's infallible. Nobody's perfect. Nobody should be, no matter what, just believed and supported. Like, everyone deserves to be questioned. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right, you're right. But whatever. Some things are nuanced, especially when it's preferences. Nothing's ever clear as day. But nobody's above being questioned or critiqued or challenged. We're all doing the same thing, sort of. But that's my take on it, is that, fanboys are just as bad as haters, even though it's maybe on the surface doesn't seem that way. But that's my spiel, sort of, on that topic. And advice I could give is don't hate, don't worship. Just respect. That's what I suggest people do. That's what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, what I continue to do. Is, I have videos out there which put some challenging opinions out, but nothing personal. Just challenging an idea, a topic, a product, a method, whatever. You're allowed to do that. Everyone should be allowed to do that. And you have a back and forth, and that's how it works. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. People challenge you. You look back, reflect on what you've done, and reflect on what you've said, and see if you could improve. That's what we all should do as a species, I guess. But that's sort of, it seems like there's a bit too much hardlining going on, and I'm not a hardlining kind of guy for any one brand or any one thing, especially in detailing. But that's that. If you're wondering why I'm washing this car, for the third time, so I can start applying products from the ranked reviews. Test panels are set up and applied, both the chemical and the gloss fill. And then I want to, each one of the doors is going to get one of them, just as a sort of practice application. So that's what I'm doing right now, washing. Although it is technically ready, I will be doing that. And then polishing these doors off, because they still have the armor detail beads and whatever the other one was, the premium easy coat. Polishing these off, panel wiping them, and then get into town with application. I'll be filming that application footage. It'll be part of their individual reviews. They won't be grouped together, but the nice thing is that all four of these products will be ready at the same time. Their reviews, their videos. And that way I don't have to wait 1 week in between each one. I can do 4 at once, which means when I have a chart ready, sorry, you're going for a ride, I can just do them all at one time. Hopefully that's not too shaky. So that way, 4 products can be done. 4 products can sort of, within a few days of each other, all get sort of ranked out, videos done. The challenging part will be filming the talky bit at the beginning and end. The footage is pretty straightforward. I'm not exactly sure about how I'm going to format that, but I think I'm going to try and have a little bit of fun with it. Maybe with a different intro for each product, if I can think of something interesting. I am no Spielberg, though, so we shall see. Yes, as I kick all the things in my way. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm doing. Another wash and talk, another day. It's pissing cold out. It's supposed to snow next week. But the weather forecast keeps changing every week, so who knows. But if it does, then I guess I'll be doing a lot more of these. But fine by me. It's pretty dang quick to get around the car, considering I've done it 3 times today. But I had to get this spiel out. And I figured I'd give something visually for people to look at while I do it. Because I can't show you the other footage, because that's got to be saved for the reviews. Well, I ordered a new product today that I'm excited to try out. I've seen some videos from this company recently. This company did actually reach out to me and offer me a linky link and stuff, and I turned it down. Turned down the free product. And I went and bought it myself instead, because I've never used them before. And there's a lot of positive things going on out there, and I don't... If they are really positive, I don't want to have it for free and say the same thing. I want to have purchased it, because I know the other people aren't. They're getting it for free. So, the first time with the company, I want to try and buy it myself. Can't always do it, but if I can, I will. And that's what I've done this time around. Oh, this towel dried it up a little bit. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I had to buy more towel clean. 3D towel clean is a really good value. It's like 30 something bucks for a gallon, whereas everyone else is like 55. I don't know if it's cleans as well as all the other ones. I've heard good things about the Detail Co. I didn't even look, to be honest. I knew it was going to be more expensive, and I was using a coupon they had at Carzilla, so that's what I did. Yeah, Carzilla offered me a affiliate link as well, but I turned it down. Respectfully, I've turned it down. I did turn it down. But those are good guys over there. I like them. They're really up to date. For Canada, I'm surprised at how quickly they stay current with products. I'm used to just getting screwed all the time, and just having to wait and wait and wait. Now it seems we get the boutique brands faster than we get the big brands, which is weird. It's never that way around. And in case you're wondering, this is DIY Details Rinseless Wash. Their sponge. I paid for the wash. I did not pay for the sponge. It was sent to me by a viewer because I know somebody in the comments has been super sticky about me being a sponsored reviewer. I got news for you, buddy. I am not. But yeah, this stuff just dries up really nice. Carcinogens be damned. Speaking of that topic, I don't want to get too into it, so I don't really have a dog in that race, but I understand that people are trying to come up with their own niche, their own thing they do, which, you know, I'm all for it. I'm always trying to find an angle for a video. It's not just to the product. You know, sometimes it is, but sometimes you just want to be like, what can you say that isn't being said? What angle's different and new? And I understand why people are going and trying to come up with their own things. But I will say, stick in your lane when it comes to the topic. You know, SDS sheets and stuff. It's not the whole story for any product or chemical. I've had to do a lot of dangerous goods training through my work. And you don't want to misrepresent something and make a real hardline stance on it. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Because everything I've read on this stuff, and again, this is just me Googling it, so I'm not a chemist, but everything I read says it's still under review, the chemical that everyone's pooping about. It needs more investigation to determine its actual health risks. And they are not at that point yet, and it is being widely used in quite a few cosmetic-y type products. So we use it to wash a car. Other people are using this stuff. I don't know the exact concentration because it dries my hands out when I do this. Other people are using this in cosmetics, so shampoos and things like that. So it cannot be the worst thing I've ever heard of in my life. The worst thing that you could possibly subject your body to, but you know, I don't know. Different hill. I'd rather die on a different hill personally, but you know, it's good to check into things and see what's in these products, see how dangerous they can be. I get that. I understand that angle totally. Just make sure you got the right product or the right chemical in your sights. Sometimes they're not the right ones. They sound good at one place, but and I looked that up at like a few different sites to see, you know, what it, miss any spots? What it was doing. And they all sort of said the same thing, that it's still got to be investigated. It's widely used in certain things that you rub on your body. So I don't think putting it on a car is going to be the worst thing in the world. There, clean. Hopefully this thing worked. Otherwise I'm going to scream. So yeah, that's it. You know, in a week's time, there should be 4 products up for review. I'm going to polish these doors and apply them now. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.